Episode 157, the AI Playbook is here.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful.
AI is a golden opportunity.
How do we ensure that this technology is regulated?
The long arc of technological history is now in an extraordinary new phase.
The AI 6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
I have massive news, my friends. My new book, my fourth book, the AI Playbook, is officially ready for pre-order. Hello and welcome back to AI 6, the podcast that teaches you AI in just 6 minutes a day. I'm your host, Joanne Sweeney. After months of writing and pouring everything I know about AI for marketing and communications into 48,000 words, it's finally happening. The official release date is Friday, September 12th, but it's here right now to pre-order. About 2 years ago, a brilliant marketing director said to me during a meeting, "Joanne, I feel like I'm going to wake up one day and my entire job will be irrelevant." That marketing professional had worked in government and public sector for over 25 years. And I've worked with her for a long time. And that sentence just stayed with me. And right across my career, it's been my purpose, but also my ambition to help marketing and communications professionals rise to the top of their game, execute at the top of their game, and impress to whoever is at the top of their game and who they're reporting into. And so in that moment, and let me tell you, it wasn't long after the release of ChatGPT in November 2022, I decided that I was going to take on the challenge of mastering everything that I could around AI for marketing and communications. I've always stayed in my own lane. I've always evolved my skill set, my competency, my product offering, my course offering, my podcasts. I mean, this is my third podcast in 10 years. So after the decision was made, like everything that Joanne does, she put a plan into action. The speed of AI is terrifying for professionals who are worried about their current position, but also the prospects of their career. But AI isn't here to replace us. It's here to assist us, potentially augment our jobs, but ultimately amplify the brilliant skills and our own zone of genius. And that's why I've written this book. I want it to be the handbook, the guidebook, and the North Star book for marketing and communications professionals right across the world. I committed to showing up on this podcast every day for the past 5-6 months. I will continue to do it. But the book has been a real labour of love. Writing is isolating. You have to deliberately isolate yourself. And honestly, I enjoy doing that. And I took the long spring and the longer summer evenings to write, early mornings at the weekend. But one thing that I didn't do is I don't write while I'm working, because while I'm working Monday to Friday, 8 to 6, that time is for my clients and the investment in my business. Everything I pour into my business, I reinvest. So, for example, I'm recording this podcast in my podcast studio in my home office. My home office was converted. It was a bedroom, but it's the office. And so, you know, I can be here and just invest and retreat to write or to record. And so I just wanted you to know that my intention for the book is to serve you, my listener, my reader, my student, my client, maybe a prospective client. And the book will be nothing without readers. And my friends, it's time to hand it over to you. So I'm going to link the pre-order page for the book in the show notes on the podcast platform that you're tuning in on, or you can go over to my website, publicsectormarketingpros.com, and find the blog post associated with this podcast. So, who's the book for and what can you expect? Well, of course, as the name suggests, AI Playbook, the strategic guide to AI for marketing and communications professionals. It's for experienced professionals. It's for freelancers. It's for those of you working in agency. It's for graduates, but it's also for leaders. If you're leading an organization, if you are a business owner, if you're working on projects, AI is infiltrating all of our lives, and particularly our working lives. And the book was written for you to have this textbook that could guide you, that you could trust, that you could rely on to accelerate your AI journey for good. And it's not just theory, it's practice. I'm a real practical teacher, and often that's the feedback that I get, that I bring concepts to life. I turn theory into applied frameworks. But ultimately, I want you to get results, whether it's your next career move, whether it's managing an AI project in-house, whether it's leading a team. The framework that I've designed in this book should outlast the evolution of the tools. But I do include the technology that's fundamental to AI. I talk a lot about humanity and the human throughout the book, and I just wanted to constantly remind you all that you have never been more relevant. Your knowledge and experience is fuel to the positive fire of AI. When I was at Harvard recently, one of our final lecturers said to us, those people and those organizations that have expert content, they are going to be in demand. Because AI is nothing without knowledge, without information. And my friends, you are a walking opportunity. All of that knowledge that you have garnered over the years, all of that lived experience, all of that intuitiveness that you bring to your job every single day, to every conversation, to every move that you make, every pivot that you make. That's what you bring. The technology is an aid for scalability, for productivity, for efficiency, for personalization. So lean into it. And I'm here to be your trusted AI guide. There are 12 chapters in the book. It's preceded by an introduction. And I wanted to bring a little bit more of me into this book. This is my fourth book. I write business books, textbooks, whatever you want to call them. But in this book, I open and I set the scene. It's the year 2000. We've survived Y2K, the turn of the millennium, that tech bug that threatened to bring down computer systems across the world. And I'm a single mother and a student journalist. And I'm ambitious, but I'm frustrated and I'm under pressure. And it's just a little moment of a personal tale to let you to get to know me as the author and to let you see what drives me in life and why 25 years on, from being that student journalist to now being an advisor, a trainer, an author and a podcaster, that I'm still in the business of communications. I love it. I believe that words can be used for good. They can also be used as weapons. I believe that those working in communications and leadership roles in government and public sector have very important work to do. Transparency is the currency in the digital age, and navigating the AI era with competency, with confidence, and for the greater good is a huge responsibility in the hands of our legislators and our policymakers. And I want you to have this book, and I want you to understand what that responsibility means, but to not lead with fear, lead with public good on the side of AI for good. So I hope I have whetted your appetite. I hope the book is received with as much joy and passion that I invested into it. And if you pre-order the book, so anytime between now and launch day, September 12th, you will get a free 2-hour online masterclass with me. If you're in Ireland, I'm launching my book in the Mason Hotel in Dublin City, and I'd love you to come and join me. I'm going to deliver an in-person masterclass. We're going to network, we're going to have conversation, we're going to eat lunch together, and I want you to be there to help me celebrate the launch of this book. So there's also a link to request to come to the launch. It's absolutely free, and I'd love to see you there. So a little bit different from AI 6 today. Go ahead and check out my new book, the AI Playbook, and I'll be back with more tomorrow.